Good afternoon. I hope everybody is well. I am streaming live right now from my client's kitchen in Berkeley, California. So we're in the East Bay area. Today we're doing Bouillabaisse. So here I have out my mise en place, which in French means stuff in place. But just to kind of give a little introduction, my name is Mary. I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm a graduate of the French Culinary Institute, the inaugural program where they sent the students to Italy to learn. And so we went to school there. And then they split up the students to areas all over Italy to work under a Michelin star chef. So that was fun. Just kind of, it was amazing to go fishing with our chef on the boat and catch the fish that we would be using that day in the restaurant. It was amazing. So give me a real respect for the sea to fork or farm to fork movement. Anyhow, so I hope everybody's also staying good during COVID. Like, who is their authentic self right now? Congratulations if you're staying cool and just making it through. So I'm sending you my warmest and brightest energy. So we're going to start by chopping garlic. So if you have some of your garlic cloves that have already been peeled, I'm going to take about 5 of them because that's how much of this I'm going to prep for, is enough that it's asking for 5 cloves. So let's start there. But you can also do like a rough chop of the garlic. You don't necessarily have to do a mince or a paste. But also work with what's in your fridge and what you can get, because how many times have you been to the grocery store during COVID and they're out of everything, let's be honest. So yeah, I just did like a nice rough chop on the garlic. And we're going to come over here, get our pan kind of piping hot. Yeah, piping hot. We want to get a good caramelization on the garlic. And also at the same time, let's go ahead and chop up some shallot. So raise your hand if you are a better creator and maybe artist than talker. I know. One time in Cleveland, Ohio, I did, well, 2 times I did a Fox 8 News spotlight. And I brought my flute because I felt that I could express better by playing the flute rather than talking. Weird, but that's okay. We embrace weird. Oh, so I just did a real rough chop on the shallots and the garlic. And we're going to add that to our pan. And in the pan, just a little bit of olive oil or, gosh, butter. That'd be amazing. So here we are. Shallots and garlic. That's going right in. And like I said, we're just going to get a great caramelization on the pan of the onions and shallots. Can you see? Okay. So that's going to take a couple minutes. Let's see, what can I work on next? So one of the things that I substituted out, I was at the store early this morning and they didn't have mussels and clams. I don't know, again, if this could be the situation. So I substituted it for calamari. This is amazing. So this is what I'm going to just kind of make into rings so it's more palatable than just putting the entire squid into the pot. Look how beautiful that is, though. So I hope that it's easy for you guys to see. Also, when you're cutting things, make sure that your hand is in the shape of kind of like a claw, so you don't lose a finger or anything important. So just then use the back of your knife like such. So tuck your fingers in, and like so. I'm just gonna make, out of the baby squid, you could probably just get, I don't know, 5 or 6 rings. And we're going to do that. But you know what? I don't think squid was on the list of things to get. So if you like, you can also start slicing your salmon. And I like to keep the skin on because that's where all your nutrients are and vitamins. So the salmon, depending on the size that you have, let's just make it this. We're going to get like 8 equal squares out of it. slice it down the center. And we're multitasking. So we're going to give the pan on the other a little shake and a flip to make sure everybody's getting nice and browned evenly. How's everybody doing today? Does anybody have any questions so far, or what they're thinking, what's on your minds? Just here in Berkeley, trying to avoid the smoke from the fires in Napa.
Mary, just a quick question, because I didn't get in right at the start. What are we making?
Oh, good morning. Hi. Good afternoon. We're making bouillabaisse, a sort of fish stew or fish soup.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you. It's great that the way you're showing everything. It's really cool. I'm not cooking today, but I will do it later. So it's very interesting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Where are you right now? Where are you?
I'm in Brighton on the south coast of England. Amazing. Where are you?
I'm right here in Berkeley, California. So it's the East Bay. If you take a bridge, you'll be in downtown San Francisco. So.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
But like right now, if you take a peek at the news over here, there's the fires, so the air quality is.
Okay. Yeah, not so great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like maybe the largest in history. Honestly, it's just not great, but we're making do. Keeping the windows closed. I mean, it's like that kind of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so the garlic and onions done. Like they're nice and caramelized and everything. So what we're going to do now is take our fennel bulb and let's take the top off. So, and we'll use the fennel fronds, like the greenery, we'll use that for garnish later, or we can use the tops to put into a green drink or something. Try not to waste any of the food that you have. Just put it in the fridge and add it, like I said, to smoothies or soups or something. Make your own stock, that's a great thing. Great way to save some money. So I just took the core out of the fennel, so it's kind of an not pleasantly palatable part. And I'm just going to cut the fennel down like so. And that's going to be the next thing that goes into the pan, just to get a little caramelization. You can hear a nice sizzle in there. Okay. And what we can add at the same time are some fingerling potatoes. Because potatoes, I mean, honestly. Okay. So I just did a quick blanch on some fingerlings. So that means take salted water and bring it to a quick boil, and it's kind of pork tender. So pork tender, not cooked maybe all the way through because it'll be intercooking for a little bit. Okay, after that, make sure that like with each layer that you're cooking, you're always seasoning each layer. So we have garlic shallots, okay, great. Fennel and potato, now we can do things like start to add our sea salt and pepper. So, salt, up high, 4 effect, and ground black pepper. If you have white pepper, that's fine too. And now, we're going to start to add our, we're going to deglaze everybody with white wine to add a layer of flavor. So that's going to make some noise. Now we can fire the reason that you're going to make this so quickly is so that we're not burning things like the pepper. And then we wait just a little bit for the wine to kick off because
sorry, it's actually for Scott, I think. The sound has gone really weird, Scott. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't really hear Mary very well.
Hi, no, what actually happens is when the sound of the frying starts
okay.
the microphone. So actually,
Okay.
that's where, Mary, sometimes we lose what you're saying over when you're near the stove because of the amount of noise coming out of the frying pan.
Pan.
So when maybe repeat things when you come back over to this camera, and then
that'd be great.
It's a common.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah,
yes, brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lovely.
That's a California thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so the white wine has reduced a little bit and we cooked it out, which means just it's evaporating. It's soaked into the vegetables and made it taste amazing. We're gonna add a little bit of tomato paste to build our sauce for the bouillabaisse. So, put that right into the pan. I'll show you the pan here in a bit, but I'm generous with my tomato paste. People say use a little bit. I use the bottle or the tube if it comes in a tube. Okay. Now is a time that we can put our canned tomatoes in, but I'm also going to use a little bit of this beautiful heirloom tomato. So take the seeds out. Okay, or leave them in. Hey, whatever you feel. Okay. Some people don't like the seeds, but I like all of it. Okay. And again, another good time is to add some salt and pepper, just to make sure we're seasoning it along the way. Has everybody quarantined since March, or is everybody leaving the home? For things like groceries, is there Instacart where you're at, which is like a grocery delivery service? I'm not sure if you guys have that. Instacart. So like you take your phone and order groceries and then they deliver it to you. It's kind of a convenience nowadays around here. So now that I've added the tomatoes, I'm going to go ahead and add our seafood because it's time to let that start to season the actual tomato broth. Like essentially we're building the soup right now. The white wine, the tomatoes, garlic, shallot, fennel, what we've gotten so far. I'm going to go ahead and put in the calamari that I've sliced up. So some I left whole because we're not using all of it. But in there. If you have fish stock, amazing. If you have vegetable stock, you can also do that. Just to give yourself a nice broth. But if not, water. Folks, I get it. This is halibut. So we're just going to dice that up as well. Just into manageable pieces. It's still going to fall apart in the sauce, but it's nice just to practice your cuts. And make them kind of nice. I'm a mix between rustic chic and, oh my gosh, can you please even that out and make it look better? I don't know. Okay. It's Tuesday and we're cooking. Okay. So again, this is halibut, but feel free to, use Chilean sea bass, use red snapper, a great fish. Tilapia, because that's easily accessible. So, okay. All right. We're going to add this to the pot. I'm going to grab some water. A little bit. Not too much. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add some herbs right now. It's always a good idea to add herbs at the end, but you can add it to the sauce because another layer of flavor. So, any other questions at this time going on? Some people pick the parsley before they start cutting it, but if the stems aren't super coarse or hard, just chop it all together. It's fine. You don't have to waste extra precious time picking the thyme or the parsley leaves, or really any, like basil. I use the basil stems. So we're going to add that right to the pot. And let this cook down. You can see. Okay, so that's where we're at. Can you guys smell that? Oh my goodness. Amazing. Okay. And since the shrimp is already cooked, because I couldn't find fresh this morning, we're going to just wait and add that basically at the very end. So there's our shrimp. Again, we can go ahead and salt and pepper everybody. Season it. My partner and I are, well, my partner's learning Italian, so we're conjugating verbs right now. So il sale, salt, okay, and pepe, pepper. We're probably like planning a trip unknowingly in our minds to Italy. Gosh, after all of this stuff clears up with COVID. I shouldn't mention that. I've mentioned it too much. I'm sorry. Okay, so the heirloom tomato, these are amazing because they're still in season here, but California, everything feels like it's in season almost at all times in California. So I'm going to leave the seeds in and just kind of mix the tomato like such. Okay. Add these to the pot. I love tomato. In Ohio, I had tomato gardens, and it was just such an amazing experience to take the tomato. It's still warm, put it in your mouth, faint, and get up and carry on. It's amazing. I loved it. I'm trying to do some sort of like micro gardening on a patio space that we have now, but it has been so hot. Like in Napa, it's like over 100 each day. This month it has been pretty much consistently. So, so far that's it. We're gonna let everybody kind of cook together and the flavors to marry. Always kind of have things set up by the stove so you're not stressed and running around. I've got my trusty fish spatula, a wooden spoon, just to kind of set it all down into the pot. This looks amazing. And always maybe have a great vessel nearby so you can just pour it right in and serve it up. This is so amazing. So, gosh, I think that's about it. I already have our lemons cut. It's always just an amazing presentation and a great flavor to serve citrus with seafood dishes. So that's set in place. Any questions at this time? What's everybody thinking, feeling? Did I miss anything? I love fish, working with fish. I worked at Esca in New York City. It's a Mario Batali restaurant. Oh, I'm sorry, ex-Mario Batali restaurant. Dave Pasternak, who is like a fish whisperer, runs the ship over there. He's always out fishing and doing his things with amazing crudo. So yellowtail, he serves at the restaurant razor clams. Before I worked there, I had no idea what that was, but those were amazing to serve it like kind of ceviche style. We would cut them while they were still live. You have to, okay, come on. And then add lemon juice, lemon and lime juice, shallots, a little bit of olio verde. They're so amazing, and basil. So that is it. This, after everything goes into the pot, honestly, because things cook kind of quickly, and it's, it'll just probably be about, I don't know, probably another 7 or 8 minutes before everything comes together. And also we could probably turn the heat down a little bit just so it's cooking, but we want it to be kind of soupy. So the consistency is a soup. And also don't be afraid, because if things get too thick towards the end, you can always just add a little bit of fish stock, or again, water, whatever you have on hand, vegetable broth, vegetable stock. So either or. But that's about it as far as the lesson goes. Lesson, not very technical. I just kind of cook with what is beautiful and in season, and what I can find locally. There's such an amazing array of farmers here in the area. But again, markets are a little bit funny. Farmers markets aren't as active right now, but I'm sure that will change. Be positive is the message. So do you have any questions at this time?
Yeah. Hi, Mary. What would you serve that with?
Oh, okay. Bouillabaisse kind of holds its own. It's just, so we have the starch in there. So we've got fingerling potatoes, the vegetables, and the protein. But if you wanted to, maybe like a great steamed jasmine rice next to it, or gosh, I don't know, honestly, pasta. So fresh tag. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, maybe a baguette with like some compound shrimp and basil butter. That's a whole thing, just to take the shrimp and chop it and basil and then roll it with butter in parchment paper like a log, and then you can slice it like maitre d' butter and serve that on like a baguette or something. But you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Now's the time we can put in some shrimp. Good call. So yeah. Oh gosh, that looks 10 times better. I knew I almost forgot something. So. Yep. Think about, yeah, again, it's just going to be about 7 or 8 minutes until it's completely done. So go ahead and if you want, take some time to get your garnish ready. I'm going to use the fennel fronds.
Mary, sorry,
Yeah.
can you just repeat that butter thing you just said with the shrimps? Just
Oh,
repeat
yeah.
how you did it. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you take cooked shrimp,
Mhm.
remove the tail, chop it really, fine. Basically, dice it. Okay, dice the shrimp, and then you can do basil, parsley, whatever you have. If you have dill, chervil, basically an aromatic herb, not sage. No,
Mhm.
not sage. But so you take that and take the shrimp and herbs, put them together. Make sure that you have butter that's softened or at room temperature.
Mhm.
And honestly, you can put it in a food processor. You don't even have to chop. You can throw it in the food processor.
Mhm.
Yeah, shrimp, parsley, and butter, and just blend it together. Take a piece of parchment paper, lay it out, and the butter from the food processor to the paper, and kind of like form it with your hands into a log.
Mhm.
And then take the paper and like sushi. So you're rolling it up, and then take the ends and twist them. And then if you need to like secure it extra, you can then wrap that in cellophane or plastic wrap, get it into the fridge, and again, like 2 to 4 hours, it will be hardened, and then you can slice it into beautiful rings.
Okay. Got you. Sounds
And
lovely.
oh my gosh. And I mean, you can serve this, well, shrimp, yeah, you could even serve it on a nice filet mignon or something like that. It's just some beautiful butter. Oh, it's
Mhm.
great. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for your question. So yeah, I think we're basically at the portion now that we can go ahead and plate this up. If that's, yeah. Okay. So let me get over there. Okay. Yeah, gosh, that looks amazing. You see that? Yeah. Smell it? Yeah. Okay. So let's take a spoon and see where we're at with salt and pepper. Just take a little bit of the sauce. Oh Lord, that was good. Yeah, awesome. So fire off and bring it on over. So yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Everything's cooked. Everything smells amazing. Do I look a little shaky? Honestly, I miss the gyms. Let's be real. For those of you that have completely transformed your body during isolation or lockdown, okay, you're the best. You're amazing. But, okay, so this looks so good. Let's just go ahead and put our fennel fronds on top to make it look heavenly, more heavenly. And also parsley is edible. Who does shots of parsley to increase their vitamin C? This is, yeah, that's amazing. So you can eat the whole parsley, and please do, and often. There's that. If you're serving it, let's do a little white because, oh my goodness, presentation. Okay. There you have it.
Looks yummy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for the bouillabaisse. Nice. Well, so if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, this has been amazing cooking with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Mary. It's great.
Yeah, no,
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.